Alright, we're testing. Can you see me? Can you see Audrey? Can you just see my lap? Iron, do you want to go on the bed? Then you can be in the podcast. No, I don't want you. Alright.
Corgi Podcast. This is a Crafty Puppy podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. I am your human host, Gabby, and we are joined today by both puppies, Audrey and Iron. Thank you so much to all returning viewers for coming back and checking and keeping up with us, and thank you all new viewers for checking us out and giving us a look-see. You can find me everywhere online as Gabby Gales. I'm most active on Instagram, and you can find all my hand-dyed yarn at OnceUponACorgi and OnceUponACorgi.com. We have a couple of announcement things to get into before we get into the crafting. First is a list of shows we will be doing in the next couple of months. So we will be having a trunk show in September at Die Hard Yarns in Chicago/Oak Park, Illinois. I have the list. My show notes are down here because I'm professional today. I will give you the solid dates when I hear back from them, and then in the end of September, we will be hosting a trunk show at at a Stitch in Time in Bethel, Connecticut. For the Western Connecticut Yarn Crawl, we will be there the Friday and Saturday. And then in October, Rhinebeck weekend, we will be having a trunk show at Knit Locally in Maryland. Gaithersburg, Maryland? All this information will be on the website. So those are a bunch of the shows that are coming up in the next couple of months. Also, the winner for the Springtime Melody Shawl did not get in touch with me, so I will be posting the new winner here. So please just send me a message on Ravelry, and I will get the designer in touch with you to send you the pattern. So I think that's it for, oh no, the last announcement is we have released our newest shawl design. Last Friday we released the Mischief Managed shawl pattern. I really hope you can see everything. It is using 2 skeins of our penny base, and this sample held 2 skeins of our fig lace double with it, which I love so much, and I think I might do that when I reknit the shawl. Oops, it's backwards. There's the right side. So it's 2 skeins. You could do 2 colors if you wanted, since 1 skein is just the applied border, so if you want to do a contrast border, you could absolutely do that. It is up on Ravelry, it is up in the shop. And thank you so much to everybody who has purchased it already. I didn't think it would be so popular, but it's really exciting to see people start casting them on. And all of my testers have done beautiful jobs, and they were such a big help, so I cannot say thank you enough to my testers and tech editors, and everyone was just so amazing with this project, and I'm very excited to have it out. My friend knit me this sample because the original shawl I sent off to my friend because it is her wedding shawl. So now we're going to try and put this back on without being able to see ourselves. Excuse me while I use the Gigundo lens on my camera. And we switched up our sitting arrangement in hopes to get more puppies. Oh yeah? We'll come back on the bed. Good boy. Girl. Whatever. You're fine. Alright, with that, let us get into the crafting. I think that's it. Yep. Okay. So we'll start off with what am I wearing. I'm wearing the Mischief Managed, and the color is Field Mice and Flower Crowns, and there are kits in the shop for both with and without mohair. I am wearing the Simplicity 1080A. I hope this is in focus. Again, I don't know. Just out of some quilting cotton because it is like my giant house dress, and I just didn't feel like wearing real clothes, so I just wanted a giant comfortable dress. And it has, my version also has pockets. I'm not going to stand up because I don't know if I will even be in the camera lens. So there you go. I love it. Highly recommend it. I made version C, and I do want to make version A eventually as just like a nice, I have to do things around the house, but technically I need to put clothes on in case I have to go outside kind of a dress, because that's my lifestyle right now. It's just been too hot to want to do anything. So that is what I'm wearing, and I have a couple finished objects for you. So I will start off with the spinning, and then we'll go into sewing. For spinning, I have finished a 2-ounce braid slash bump of Kingdom Fleece Fiberworks. I hope this is in focus. I was given this at the Connecticut Sheep and Wool, not this past year, but the year before. And I did a giveaway with her fiber that year as well. So she is based out of Vermont. And it was 2 ounces of Natural Fnn pin drafted roving. And so I did I spun it up, and then I did a chain ply because I didn't have enough bobbins to do a traditional 3-ply. And I love it. It's been washed and hung out to dry. And it's just such a soft but rustic look. And I think it's my most consistent. I want to say we're a fingering to a sport weight. I got 136 yards for 2 ounces, so that's not too shabby. And I love it. I'm very excited for it. I spun this in, I want to say, about 2 days. I did most of the singles in a night, and then the next morning I finished the singles, and then the following morning I plied it, let it sit, and then washed it. And here we are. And I think I'm going to pair it with my Into the World and do a cowl, but have the variegated be the main color, and then have this guy be the contrast color of the color work. They're about the same. I think the Into the World's a little bit thicker in spots, but most of it's pretty close to each other. And I think that would just be beautiful, because I don't know what else to do with such a small amount, but I think it'd be a really nice contrast color and just like a quick color work cowl. I'm so excited for these. So that is my finished spinning, and I definitely do want to get spinning more. I really want to go through all my natural fibers that I have. I have some Shetland, I have some Romney. I have one other thing, and start clearing those out and start clearing out my other fiber bins so I can get my fleeces processed. Yeah, we'll just go into it. The other finished object is a sewing finished object, and I made a wallet. Ta-da! So I use the double zipper wallet from the Handmade Style by Noodlehead book that I got. I think I bought this on Amazon, but she's got a blog, and I don't know if she's got a YouTube channel. She might, for just tutorials and stuff. I love this book. It's a lot of home goods, a couple clothing things, and I wanted to make myself a wallet, so I did. And I used this now upside down Downton Abbey fabric for the outside, and the inside more Downton Abbey fabric. I do like it. I think I will redo this. It is it's not my best work, I will give you that, but it does have 2 pockets with just receipts and coupons in them, and space for your cards, oops, and a coin, and then space for cash with magnetic close. And it's super handy. It's definitely what I'm looking for in a wallet, but I don't know really what happened with the construction. So I have like this weird little dimple now where this went, and like the inside fabric's peeking out a little bit too much. It just doesn't feel that well made. So I think this was a very good muslin for a wallet, but I do want to redo it. Also, I think I might get a different magnet because this one I think is a little bit too strong. It's going to start ripping the fabric, which makes me a little sad because I did use a lot of this fabric to make this wallet. So I'm going to use it for a little bit, but I do have a little bit heavier weight. This feels like toweling almost. I'm not totally sure what the like content of this is because this was sent to me as a gift in a swap a couple years ago. But this a little bit heavier duty like towel or canvas striped fabric, and then I've got this yellow cotton to go for the inside, and I might do another cotton for the inside of the pockets. This one is just like a linen canvas, so I think I should have had the stronger stuff out on the outside. So that is my plan. I don't know when I'm going to do this, probably soon, and I think I'm just going to take this apart and reuse my zippers, and I do have one more set of magnets. But if I can get the magnets out of this one, I will do that. And then, I don't know what I'll do with the remainder. So that's my sewing thing. I would highly recommend this. She does have some easier wallets to do if you are more of a beginner sewer. The directions were pretty clear. There was a couple times where I was a little bit confused, but I think I was just mixing up the pictures with the directions, which is totally my fault. Here it is. So this is what hers looks like. I think having the less directional fabric, like having a wordless fabric will also make it look a little bit better because everything's sort of upside down because I didn't know how it was going to turn out when I did everything. And that was my sewing. And this is my future sewing. Oh no, I have more sewing. Just kidding. So that was my me sewing and some future sewing. So the other sewing I have is some former FOs that I took apart and then redid, and these are burpee bibs from Patterns for Pirates, and I have a couple friends and who are having children and or grandchildren, so I decided to whip up a bunch of these for baby showers because they will be coming. Before I used this flannel, which was just too soft and not absorbent, so I went to Joann's and got this a bright green terry cloth. I was hoping to get like a gray or a black, but they don't make black terry cloth at Joann's that I've seen, and the gray was out of stock in store and the rest were like bright pink and baby blue and then white, and I figured those would get so gross so quick and look really gross, so I just went with bright green. And just some quilting cotton on the back. No interfacing or anything, just terry cloth and cotton, and a couple top stitching. So I made a couple of each. Ta-da! There's a small pile behind the camera, but everything's starting to get wrapped up and put into gift baskets, so I can just start grabbing them and going to all these baby showers. So that was my sewing. That probably took a solid couple hours just to sew everything together and then top stitch it. So that was a nice and easy gift for BBs. Moving on to whips. I have one sewing whip from my sewing day the other day. I think it was Monday. Yeah, Monday. And that is, I have started making a partlet, which looks like a lot of nonsense right now. Ta-da! So this is for my SEA outfits / the Renaissance Fair, and it is basically a boob cover because the kirtles were so low cut, but it was inappropriate to show so much cleavage for being such a good Christian woman. So they had these square, they basically wore them like people wore shawls. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, it's going to look really funny because I'm not wearing a corset, so it's not going to totally sit right, but you wear it over your corset but under your dress, depending on the style. This one will be over corset, under dress. And then it closes around the neck. Pretend that's closed. And you just tie it around your corset and you just tuck it in, so then you can still have a little bit of ventilation, but you are pretty covered. Oops. I have to do some adjusting with the height of the neckline. I think I just need to bring it down a little bit. I didn't use a pattern for this. I just sort of based it off of the one that my friend let me borrow. And I do have a piece of fabric. Is this on inside out? No. There will be a piece of fabric going over these. I'm just gonna take this off. There will be another piece of fabric covering these raw edges, and that will be embroidered. So I just need to figure out the where I need to adjust this for the hook and eye to make sure it closes around my neck and it's not drooping, but it's also not choking me. And then I will be embroidering it using black work and just some DMC black embroidery floss. I haven't picked a design yet. I'm hoping I can incorporate thistles into it, because I'm hoping I can put thistles on my coat of arms. That's not right. I can't think of the word right now. But when I make my coat of arms for the SEA, I do want to incorporate thistles into it. So I'm hoping I can do that. And this was a super fast, let me try and fold it properly. And it was a super quick put together. There were some adjustments in the back to make up for like the curve in my neck. I do need to make it a little bit shorter in the neck so it's not trying to like fall over on itself. And I just have some acrylic yarn for the ties, because I did not want to try and make like a tube or anything out of fabric for the ties, since no one's going to see them anyway. So that was what I worked on, and I did some box pleats out of the linen for the ruffle, nice and easy. And that should be done soon. I just have to embroider everything and attach it. Attaching is not going to be hard, it's just the embroidering. Oh, I have so much fluff in my nose now. But I am hoping to start that tonight at Old Lady Night with Carrie, because we are going to the Renaissance Fair on September 9th, which is a Sunday. It's Pirates Weekend, and I think I'm trying to adjust a couple things in my costume from last year to improve them, and then we'll just see what the weather is to really finalize what we're gonna wear. I was hoping to make a new dress, but I think I'm gonna go Hufflepuff gold and black again. I think that's my best bet. It's the only thing I have that matches my corset right now, because the corset is blue with gold flowers, and I don't have any blue dresses that show off the corset. Renaissance Fair problems. Moving on to knitting works in progress. We have a couple. So this is the Sweet Pea dress by Mina Philipp. I'm knitting this out of Once Upon a Corgi yarns on my Audrey base, which is 100% BFL, in the colorways Puppy Paws and Fiddleheads, but like the test color of Fiddleheads, so it's a lot brighter than the original, or what we're using now for the After the Rain sock kits. And here we are. We're about 1.5 inches away from doing the contrast color bind off, and we're going to do the Pico bind off in Puppy Paws. And it's just chugging along. I did a lot of this at the winery the other weekend when I went with a friend. So we are going again on Sunday, and I think I will finish it by then. I'm knitting it on Knit Pro Zings, US size 4, and it's just super easy, knit in the round forever. Now I definitely have a hair in my nose. I have to go to Joann's and pick out buttons for it still, but that's easy. Sort of. I have to finish this and block it by Tuesday. So remind me to take a picture before I give this away. So this is going to my friend who is having her first granddaughter in October, and we are throwing her a Nona shower for it. So you will not see this again, but I will finish it in time. I promise. I hope. Our second work in progress, which we've been putting a little bit of love into. We worked on this a lot in Nashville, and this is our Winter Rose socks by Curious Handmade in Once Upon a Corgi on my penny base, which is an MCN in the Tell Me to Smile One More Time colorway. And we did the mini heel flap and German short row garter heel by Mina Philipp. I haven't done the garter heel yet, so I wanted to give it a shot, and then we are just chugging along on the foot. I haven't really put a lot of love into these guys recently because I just haven't been feeling socks, but seeing my finished Hermione's Everyday socks makes me want to work on them a little bit more, so hopefully I can get some time. Maybe I'll bring them in a knit group and have them be my knit group socks. I am knitting these on Knitter's Pride Zings, again on the 2.5 millimeter DPNs. And that's that. Not a lot on that guy. I feel like I've been knitting a lot, but not getting anything done. I don't know what's happening. We have one more project that we have been working on pretty diligently, and that is the Alyeska sweater by Caitlin Hunter. We are knitting this out of Once Upon a Corgi yarns in the Edgar Allan Poe colorways Tomorrow I Shall Be Fetterless, Insufferably Damp, Ghoul Haunted Woodlands of Wear, and Nightmares Plus 10. And we have finished the first chart. I really hope you can see this. I'm going to stand up. So this was a lot of 3-strand color work. At some points 2 strands were mohair, at some points they weren't. And we are just getting ready to separate for the sleeves now. I am so excited to be past all that color work. The rest of it is 2-stranded color work, I believe, maybe a couple sections when you're sort of transitioning between the colors. So now our main color is Insufferably Damp, and our contrast color is still Nightmares plus 10. Most of this is on a 100% BFL base that I was testing out for the shop that didn't make it, and Nightmares plus 10 is on my penny base because that's what I had ready to go. I'm knitting the second smallest size. I think it's the small. It does call for positive ease in the pattern, but I don't want that much because I do think that this type of sweater would be better slightly fitted for me, so that's what we are doing. I am really enjoying it. I'm loving seeing how it's knitting up. I can't wait to keep working on it, and this will definitely be my Saturday Rhinebeck sweater because I will finish this in time. Unless it's 500 degrees, and then I'll wear my Mount Pleasant top. But it better not be Rhinebeck and I need to wear a sweater. Weather just doesn't get it. I am knitting it on my Knitter's Pride Carbons, US size 4, and now that I'm past the mohair, they're much nicer to work with. And we are just chugging along. Yeah, right now we're in pretty standard. We're just knitting for a little bit, and then we will separate for the sleeves, and then I think the body will sort of fly by. Oops, did I just pull stuff out the needles? Yes, I did. And that is really what I've been working on. Again, I feel like I've been knitting a lot, but not accomplishing a lot. So I do need to sit down and sort of figure out what I can finish quickly to get off the needles and get a little bit of instant gratification out of this. So that is it for the crafting. So we are going to move into shop update and life stuff. So if you are not here for any of those, thank you so much for watching. And if you are, let us get into it. Okay, shop update stuff. So today is actually Thursday, August 16th. So there will be no shop update today because I'm recording this a day late, and we have so much yarn in stock already. So I will be announcing that this Saturday, is that what I put for the thing? Yeah. So this Saturday we are launching the new website. It will still be onceuponacorgi.com. A lot of the stuff will still be the same, but we are reorganizing all of the shop. So everything will be by wool blends. I wanted to make it a little bit easier for people to find the color they were looking for and the specific base they were looking for. So instead of having just a list of colors and then you having to go drop down and hope that it was in stock, you can see by base if it's in stock in that colorway pretty easily. So it's going to be broken up into Merino, Corriedale, Polworth, and BFL, and then in each section you will be able to select the base. So if you go into Merino and select Penny, everything in Penny will show up, or you can do all and just go through all the Merino bases. All of the weights are going to be mixed in together just because of the way that it's set up, / the way I can set it up on my platform, but you can search DK or Aran weight and it will bring up all the Aran weight or DK or lace weight. The kits will still be in their own separate section, and the kits will also include the dye to orders. If I do include a just dye to order set, I don't know if I will, just to keep it pretty minimal so you're not trying to search all over the place trying to get everything that you're looking for. So you'll have a separate section for kits, separate section for patterns, and then you can search by blends for the bases. We've been working on that for about 2 weeks now, and it's a lot of tedious computer work, but I really hope that you guys like the new setup and find it a little bit easier to search for things. Next week, however, we will be launching all of our fall colorways. We will have a big ready to ship update, and we will be releasing the dye to order for No Sleep Till Rhinebeck. So we are going to leave that order up to get the amount of skeins you want on the bases you want of No Sleep Till Rhinebeck for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then September we'll take it down and we'll dye everything, and then we'll put up another dye to order set in late September to get everything shipped out before Rhinebeck. That way everyone can get exactly what they would like for this colorway. I'm super excited to bring it back. I really do love it. I have the test skein here. So the actual skein's a little bit lighter because everything dyed darker on the BFL, but it is just, I think it's just my permanent Rhinebeck colorway. I love it so much. And the other announcement with the shop is we will be having an anniversary sale this weekend from Saturday to Tuesday. It's going to be 20% off your order of single skeins. So dyed orders and kits will not be eligible for the sale, but anything else, 20% off your whole order, and that will be from Saturday, August 18th through Tuesday, August 21st, to celebrate our 2-year anniversary of being a full-time indie dyer company, which is just astounding to me. I feel like I've been doing this for like 6 months, but at the same time, like 10 years. It's just been amazing, and I'm so happy to say that this is my job, and I can continue to support myself while doing this and support our household and our debt and our wedding with this. So thank you so much to everybody who has been supporting the Ravelry shop and the Etsy shop and now the new website, and just making this possible for me to do as a full-time job and do it successfully. So that is it for shop update. There's tons of yarn in the shop as of right now, so head on over. And if there's something in the shop that you are really looking for a certain project, just send me an email. There's 2 different ways to contact me on the website. So just send me an email what you're looking for, and I will let you know if I can do a custom order or if it's going to be in the next update or 2. Alright, that's it for shop update stuff. So the rest is life things. And I just keep doing this with my hands. We haven't been doing much except Pokemon hunting. We kind of got back into it hardcore after Nashville because the park across the street from our hotel was filled with gyms and Pokestops. So Jake and I have been doing that for our date nights, just driving around downtown Milford and hunting Pokemon because we're adults, obviously. So that's what we've been doing a lot. Also, just sort of reorganizing the shop. We are planning on not redoing the studio, seeing as how the studio is our dining room, but reorganizing the studio with getting like new and improved, better organized shelving, getting a better system to store the store yarn. Right now everything is sitting in, everything used to be in cube shelves, but then the cat learned that while they were empty you could climb them, so then he tried climbing them with yarn in it. So we are looking into getting a closed cabinet so he can't climb it, and we can keep more dog hair out of the yarn. We do as much as we can to keep everything dog hair free, but there's just so much of it. Every so often you get a couple hands on your skeiny yarn. But we are looking to get, again, a closed cabinet to store everything in, a better storage system for the dining room area for shipping and labeling and winding and all that fun stuff. So I'm very excited about that. I think we're going to do that in September because most of our stuff is just old shelves we found in the last apartment we had, which is great, but it's time to get business serious. So that's been happening, and we have also started, oh god, perusing car shopping because my poor Bruce is 15, 10, 13, I can do math. He's 13 years old, so in car years he's ancient. So we are starting to look at getting a new car for me, which is just terrifying and so adulty and just terrifying. So that has been the past week of me just scouring the internet on like how to buy car, how much is car, and then weeping about how much car is, or not knowing how to buy car. So that's coming in the next couple of months, I think, because good old Bruce is just slowly dying on me. He's been through a lot. I did get him used, and he has been with us for, how old's Audrey? She's 6. So about 5 years, because I think I had my other car for like 6 months after I got Audrey. Yeah, so that's been my life. It's just been a lot of adulting. Like, I bought prescription sunglasses. What am I thinking? Usually I just put my sunglasses over my glasses, but this time I bought real sunglasses with my prescription in them. That has been our adulting life, basically. We do have some sewing plans coming up. I am talking to Joanna about what we're gonna do for the pumpkin mail this year because pumpkin season is coming up and I'm so excited. I already have one project picked out, and I think I have a knitting project I'm going to pick out as well. And just a lot of sewing stuff. I want to really get my wardrobe going. Mostly because I've been listening to the Love to Sew podcast, and it just sort of jumpstart my like need to refine what I want in my handmade wardrobe and go through and make those things. All right, I'm going to start rambling soon, so I will leave you here. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the shop. If you want to get in touch with me, it's onceupondacorgi@gmail.com. Again, you can follow me everywhere as Gabigail, and all my hand-dyed yarn at onceupondacorgi, and we will see you next week before the fall update and get ready for pumpkin season. Bye.
So we got out, we were walking, and there's wild bluebird, there's flowers, so we eat blueberries.